at the O'Brien Memorial Library. This is the Blue River Water District regular board meeting, September 3rd, 2025. In attendance, myself, Jim Parks, resident of Blue River and chairman of the board. And we can turn it over to whoever wants to go next.
Shannon Pastor Lair, secretary and treasurer, Blue River Water District.
Anthony Abel, vice president board member.
Joshua Close, board member.
Okay, we can approve the agenda. So I'll move to approve this agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Shannon?
Aye, sorry.
Okay. 4 yes votes. 4 for 4. So we need to approve the minutes for the last meeting. Have those been read?
I read it.
Josh, you read those minutes?
Yes.
Any comments? Anyone? All right. Motion to approve those minutes?
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like to amend the minutes. It doesn't say anything about, there was actually a vote about the two motions. The one single motion from Jim and the motion from,
We're going to address those here coming up.
also then, if there's no motion,
But what minutes do you have
the ones that you had sent.
that were posted?
Yes. Yep. Says James Parks motion to the board to so no longer a resident. The board doesn't have that power. Number two, it was seconded, however, there was no discussion because,
It was never voted on.
correct, there's no vote on. So we need to amend this to write in there not voted on.
Okay.
So there's no vote.
Not
That's right.
voted on.
That's
Okay.
right, there was no vote.
Right.
Good catch.
I motion to amend the minutes to add not voted on.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 4 yeses. Okay. Did we approve the minutes for this? We did this agenda, we approved the last agenda. I don't know if we got to that last meeting. I don't think we did because we skipped it to swear the new board members in. So we need to approve the agenda from the last meeting. And we were all there, we read it. We didn't get it completed.
And then, I don't know that would be an agenda for the last meeting because it was cut short. So
Okay.
I don't think you need an agenda for the last meeting in that situation.
Okay, fair enough.
So this
If
agenda,
you agree to that?
yeah,
Okay, a motion to agree not to vote on the last
Why don't we
agenda.
just vote on it?
We can.
Yeah, might as
A
well.
motion to vote, we don't necessarily need it because the meeting was completed. But we're voting on it. Fair enough?
yeah.
So Anthony, you're voting to approve the
I think-
agenda for
We're
last.
motioning that we agree that we don't need to vote on it.
No, I'm asking why not just vote on it?
We can.
Well, that was the agenda for that meeting. There has
Yeah.
no precedence in this meeting.
Oh, let's just be careful.
Just because we have an agenda and we want to vote on it?
Yeah.
Or approve it, approve the agenda?
Yeah, let's do that.
So you motion to approve
So-
that last agenda, the August 6th meeting?
I do motion to approve the agenda last
Okay,
August 6th
I'll
meeting.
second that.
So to approve agenda, sorry for the, slow notating.
Because we did have an agenda,
Yeah.
even though we didn't complete it
Yeah.
because of disruptions. Okay, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Josh?
I'll abstain.
Okay. 3 yeses, 1 abstain. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna scroll up there so we can
Do we have public?
go to public comment. Anybody want to speak up, have a public comment? I'll give you 3 minutes each.
Judy Casog, resident and real estate broker, and the only reason why I'm commenting is because I have property owners in the district that would like to be on Zoom meetings, so our intention is to request that that becomes an option for folks that can't make the meeting.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Zoom, to get Zoom
Oh.
activated.
Oh, to get Zoom activated, that's a good.
Yeah, we're
that's
trying
actually-
to.
That's actually on our agenda.
To explain that, yeah, we're gonna talk about that here in a
But
little
thanks,
bit.
Judy, yeah, I agree.
That's one reason why we're in this venue now versus the old venue, because half the time it didn't work and the internet service there is spotty, and we're trying something different, and hopefully they have good connection here, which I think they do. I've been to several meetings here that work flawlessly. At the school, it's very spotty, and sometimes we spend a half an hour trying to get it to work, and it cuts into meeting time. So thank you. Anybody else comment?
I
Public
got some,
comment?
Jim.
Okay.
My name's Merrick
Oh,
Firestone.
sorry, just state your name.
Merrick Firestone. I'm
Merrick.
a former consultant to the Blue River Water District as we went through the contracting period with the county and the engineers. My question, Jim, is based on my review of the documents at that time, I didn't see any policies, rules, or bylaws that allow the board not to approve a duly elected member to the board. So my question to the board that I want answered is, what is the authority, since we know that there were 2 voting candidates that were elected, we know that the board in particular sent an investigation inquiry to Lane County elections. The investigation took place and they passed the residency requirement for this board. I don't see where you have any authority, and I'd like to see it, where there's a bylaw that says you're allowed to reopen an investigation on your own, or to do any type of investigation once you've turned it over to Lane County elections. And my understanding, you can correct me wrong, is that they did do an investigation and said that Tony Casad had met the residency requirement and was a voted-in candidate, and therefore there isn't anything left to do other than to induct him on the board. So is there a practice or policy that you can show me from Blue River? Because I didn't see one, Jim, when we were working together. That's the first question I
I didn't
had.
understand it to be what you're saying.
What part didn't you understand? So I'll be more articulate, but Anthony, here's what happened. There was an election for the board. 2 candidates were voted in as writing candidates and passed. Somebody on behalf of the board said that Tony Casad wasn't a resident and got a hold of Lane County elections and opened an investigation.
Where do you get that?
Because I talked to the people at Lane County elections. Jim can articulate who did it.
So you talked to Lane County elections and they told you that?
Yes, and I saw the report afterwards. There was an investigation into Mr. Casad's residency.
So what are you requesting?
I'm trying to figure out why he isn't on this board then.
No, wait, what are you requesting?
First, to see the rule or the policy or the bylaw of the Blue Water District
I don't know. what-
that allows you to reopen an investigation after Lane County has resolved it.
What investigation?
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah,
he's talking
I don't
about.
know, there was no
There is, there's
investigation.
an official.
There was an
there's
official investigation,
Do you
James.
have any
Okay,
paperwork?
Well, I don't have it with me.
Jim has it.
Jim has it.
You were sent that from Lane Elections.
Okay, whoa, so
I
you're,
think-
so you're requesting a
Order,
you're requesting a
order,
policy, I just
order,
wanna know for the.
Order, please.
Sorry.
Let me start with something here. So from here on out, if there's a disruption here and I ask someone to leave, that goes for anybody, and you don't leave, you're gonna be subject to trespass. Okay? I'm just putting that out to everybody right now. And that's legal.
Okay, so is it okay?
Well, and all I can say about that is, if you're pointing that at me, I didn't start any investigation with
I'm not pointing
elections.
anything at
Well,
Jim, but the
you're
Lane
saying Jim
County.
did, Jim knows that Jim did it.
No, I didn't say you did. I
Okay,
said,
okay.
what happened, Jim, was somebody on behalf of the water board requested Lane County to do an investigation into Tony Casad's residency. That was then opened by Lane County elections, and they did their due diligence. And they came back with a ruling that said Tony Casad had met the requirements for residency to be on this board. The vote then put him on the board, and my question to you, and what I was saying based on what you and I had looked at the time we were going through all of the bylaws, rules, and regulations when we were redoing the water system, I didn't see anything in there that allowed the water board to reopen an investigation that had been concluded by Lane County.
Okay, let's back up a little here. You said, you and I looked at something.
No, I said during our time period, we looked at all the rules and regulations when we had to get the water. So you never looked at the bylaws?
Yeah, 264, chapter 264 bylaws.
No, that's not a bylaw, that's an
Okay.
ordinance statute.
So we'll take that under
Bylaws.
advisement, and I'll be able to answer your questions. You've gone over 3 minutes, so.
Well, Jim, I was interrupted.
Yeah,
so it's any
I
of those
realize that,
questions.
I realize that, and we're past the 3 minutes.
Well, like, the second point I would like to ask is, my concern is, as my house is here, is that no one currently, and at least for the last 6 months, has a small business operator's water license or certificate. Again, my understanding of the way the insurance policy works for the Blue Water Board District, without that, any work done may not be insurable. Have you guys looked into that? And is our fixes, because I looked at the minutes from the last morning, that there were several main breaks that were then fixed, but they weren't fixed that would make them insurable,
I can answer that.
okay?
Okay, I am not certified as a DRC. Okay, we're working on that. If you read the minutes and on the agenda, it says we have until November 17th to satisfy the state and the counties.
That's not my question. I'm
Your
not asking
question
whether you
is- your
satisfied.
question
Is it
is-
insured? Is the work that you did
Yes, because.
without a
yes.
license?
Mayor, can you let
Impulse.
him speak, please?
Yeah,
Well, I'm
you're-
just,
you're
I'm just asking a
disrupting.
question. I'm not disrupting.
Yes, you
You're
are.
being argumentative. Let him speak, please.
So, yeah, you're not letting me,
Well, you're not answering the question.
I'm trying to, but you won't let me. So, the answer to your question is, your question is, are we insured for the work we're doing when there's water main breaks? Yes.
No, that wasn't my question. Are we insured under the current insurance policy when we don't have a small water business license? I think it invalidates the work.
Okay, we'll
But my
take that.
question is, have you looked at the insurance
Yes.
policy and verified that a unlicensed contractor still allows us to be insured?
Who's the licensed contractor?
The board didn't have the licensed contractor to hire anybody. There was no small water operator's license. Right?
Tony let that lapse last
Listen, I'm
July.
not asking what Tony did or didn't. I'm asking you, you're the president. You've
Okay.
done work since.
Point of order,
Have you done it?
is this on the agenda?
No,
No.
It's public.
No,
comment.
just-
It's the public comment part.
but he's going past 3 minutes
He's
and I allowed you to
asked for 3
speak
minutes,
this
for
long.
God's sakes.
Yeah, I let you speak way longer than 3 minutes.
I
We're here to watch
I
the
just
board
answered.
do business,
And I'm
and
trying
you're
to-
disrupting the
And
freaking
this
meeting.
isn't a disruption? I'm trying to
It's
answer your
all
question.
disruption.
Okay, all I want is, did you verify with the insurance? that
Yes.
we're covered.
We're covered. Because we hire licensed and bonded contractors to do the work.
We
That
are.
wasn't the question.
Okay,
We
the
are
question is the district insured?
Yes.
Without the license
Without-
required by the state.
Well, I'm not
That's the
certain.
question.
I can't answer that, and I'll take it under advisement. How's that?
Well, yeah, just, you can print it in minutes when you find out the answer. That'd be great.
Yeah, so does that answer your question?
That answers the question, but hopefully we'll get it.
Well, the thing is, we're working on that. We were without a certified operator as of July 2024. That's from the previous superintendent, let his certification lapse. Okay? I took over in January of 2025. That's when I found out that we didn't have a DRC, direct responsible contact, okay? Then we started working on it. We're working on it now.
I understand that. No, I'm not commenting whether you worked on it or you
Well,
haven't. My
when we-
question is, when
So
you
can
don't
we
have
move
it,
on?
is there
Yes.
a-
Please.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thanks. Any other comment? We're gonna make it quick. We got a lot of stuff to go over. Okay,
Jim, I could do a quick one.
okay.
When I spoke with the Lane County Elections Board, my understanding was that while Tony's bringing them a rent receipt or whatever he brought to them satisfied his residency requirement as far as they could see, the board also needed to be comfortable with that. And the board could ask for more information.
They cannot ask for more information. It's in the Oregon statute that they cannot. They have no authority to overturn or override or request any additional information above and beyond land elections.
And that's Josh's interpretation.
No, it's actually ORS 450.650.
That's your interpretation of the
No,
statute.
the only option that you have
Okay.
is to file suit.
Okay, so, okay, thank you.
Thank you. So let's move on. Superintendent's report, 2 people have taken the small water operator certification class as well as the exam. And as it stands right now, they've passed the operator certification and they're waiting on the exam to be corrected, and then they'll get certs and be able to act as a DRC.
Do we have a report like we used to have from the superintendent?
No,
Is there a reason why not?
that was someone made up on the fly. We don't need a superintendent's report. As per spreadsheet, no. That was something someone made up and put on someone to do.
It helps the board understand what's going on.
What don't you understand?
I have no
Do
idea.
you want to know how many meters there are and how many?
It'd be nice to know how many were online, how many you had to replace, all the information.
We'll take that under advisement. I'll have that for you next month. How's that? Sometime
I would
superintendent.
motion that we have a superintendent's report like we had in the past several years.
Okay. I'll second that. Let's vote on it.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have,
Nay.
oh,
You can't vote, you're the superintendent.
Okay.
okay, can I ask for some clarification?
Yes.
So, so this is not a good enough superintendent report?
No, I mean, we used to get detailed reports of how many meters
So
were
you're
on.
requesting a more detailed superintendent report?
The spreadsheet was perfect because it told the board how many meters were online,
Well,
how
no,
many meters were shut
Answer,
off.
Josh,
I'm answering your question.
I asked
That
you,
is not
to-
enough.
I asked you a direct question.
So did
Are
you-
you saying
did you-
that you would like more details? Say yes or no question, Lee.
I said yes.
So you would like you're asking for a more detailed superintendent's report?
I'm asking if it's a spreadsheet similar to what we had prior.
Could you bring an example in of what you need?
Yeah, I can bring an example.
And then we
Because I have never seen one.
I would want to stand and you bring that in and we'll go over it.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
could, I
It's
mean,
basically redundant.
We'll push it off to the next meeting, that's fine. But I'll bring
It's
it.
basically redundant.
I'm not, yeah, I mean, this works for me. I'd like to see what you're talking about, and see if it adds any information.
It adds a lot. in my opinion.
That's poignant, that it's not just busy.
Okay, that's the superintendent. Can I speak?
sure.
So it's very redundant. We pretty much know how many meters we have.
I don't. I have no idea how many meters we have
Yeah,
right now.
you can let us speak.
So it is, after 1 month, it's pretty redundant. We have 108 meters, for instance. No, we don't.
That changes from time to time when we have hookups, people that de-hook
Yeah.
or de.
So it becomes redundant after a
It's
certain
still
amount
good
of time.
information to have.
Okay. Well,
So you're requesting,
I'll remove my motion, I'll bring an example to the next
Okay.
meeting.
okay.
It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It just gets redundant, and that's why we got away with it from it.
I wasn't at the prior board meeting, so I don't know why you got away from it. So I'm just asking.
Okay, for the record, so you're going to bring examples?
Yep.
Can you bring a bunch of examples, like 5?
It's just a spreadsheet. I'll bring
I
an
have
example.
0. So I would like
I'll
to
bring an
see,
example.
yeah. Bring, I don't know, I mean, it'd be great to have like a year's worth. Like, I would love it as a board member to see like a year of superintendent's reports for next meeting.
Yeah, I'll bring the next meeting.
Yeah, because when I looked at the website from 20 to 24, there wasn't a lot of information on there.
You'd have to take that up with
So-
the secretary.
So, I don't know if it's available even to you, but I wouldn't mind seeing like the whole, like 2024 superintendent
I
reports.
don't know if I have those or not, but I'll look.
Did you retain records when you were chairman?
I didn't retain any official records, no.
No.
It wasn't my job to retain official records, that was the secretary's duty.
So everything was the secretary's duty in your mind?
As far as retaining official records, yeah.
So you don't have any
Did
examples?
you give the secretary an
What did you
official
do?
An
record?
example is different than old records. An example's an example. Doesn't mean it's this district, doesn't mean it's that district. It's an example.
Okay, I as a board member would like 2024 superintendent report, like 12 of them would be amazing, actually.
I'll see if I
That would
have them.
help me a lot.
I won't have them for the past 12 months because you guys didn't produce any the last 6 or 8 months, 9 months.
Well, I'm asking for 2024.
So I'll see what I have.
So so that's like January 2024 to December.
I won't have this, I won't have that far because I resigned from the board long before the end of the year.
Okay, so,
Bring what you can.
Yeah, bring what you can. That would be helpful for me. Thank you. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so
sorry.
let's move forward. Superintendent is currently training 2 new people on the superintendent's duties. So there's that.
Who are they?
Anthony Abel and Orrin Lear.
Okay.
Yeah, I walked the meters with Jim this month.
And he's been learning the wells and how the generator works and,
And that's not a problem. A board member, Orrin, will our insurance cover him? Is he an employee? I mean,
Let's take that up when we get to it.
yeah, that's something we need to look at. Good question, good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because if he's not a board member, he's not an employee, there's no insurance.
and he really hasn't done a whole lot yet, so that's really yet to be seen whether he's gonna be that interested.
Yeah, we'll take it on when
Yeah.
it seems like appropriate.
He was willing to take the class.
Yeah, so
And take
he's
the
one of
test.
the persons that went and took the exam, and I don't think we need to have him insured to do that.
I don't know, that's a question probably more verify. Does he want to take on that personal liability? Because he's effectively taking on the liability of anything with the water district.
Personal liability as a 1099 employee,
He's not a 1099 employee.
well, a 1099 contractor.
Are we paying him?
No,
Well,
So we're not doing anything yet.
no,
Maybe,
but I'm just,
yeah.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
So no, if he's the certified water operator for the district, he's not employed, he's not a board member, our insurance doesn't extend to him. So if he signs off on anything water district related, he could be held personally responsible and liable. So if a water line breaks and it causes damage to somebody's home and he repaired that water line or he signed off that repair was
But
done
I
correctly,
repaired it, he signed it off as the
he's
DRC.
liable for that.
Well, that's why we would have a contract with whoever becomes the DRC.
I'm just saying we need to make sure that our insurance will cover that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
that's good. Yeah,
what-
that's a good
what's-
point.
My plan is to, once we have a DRC person, then we will get them insured. Because we're gonna have to have a contract with them. We can't just have that person
Correct.
running around.
That's 100% correct.
Yeah,
They need to be tied to the district somehow.
correct.
Right.
And I understand that. We need to have a contract with whoever does that. And they can be the DRC and they don't have to do anything. All they have to do is be the DRC, the direct responsible contact.
And I have no issue with them following you around and learning these
Okay.
things, but I would not have him do any of the work.
No, he's,
No,
no, I'm not even doing the work. We have a contractor do it who's licensed and bonded. So I'm not using my equipment. You know, the scope of my position as superintendent is changing a meter, right?
Reading meters and those kind of things.
And occasionally changing a meter. That's about it.
But
So-
if something happens to Jim, at least I know.
Yeah, there needs to be redundancy 100%. And you're covered by the insurance, not a problem.
Right.
Anybody in the board can act as a
So
superintendent.
yeah, we're trying to, do it correctly.
Well, we're gonna get to that here in a minute about insurance. It's down the line here.
Okay, where are we?
So items for the commissioners. So Tony Casad's eligibility. So just so everybody knows, Tony filed a complaint against me for conducting a meeting illegally and inappropriately. And I also filed a complaint against him with the Secretary of State. So until that gets ratified or we hear back from the Secretary of State, he is not a board member. Okay? Previously, meeting minutes and agenda approval, we've done that. There's the ethics letter approval, so someone needs to motion and second that for,
I would motion we have Eileen write it.
excuse me?
I motion we have our attorney write that. That response should be written by an attorney
Uh,
that's not part of the complaint.
What are you
Where are you
talking about? What are you
Ethics
talking
grievance letter, that's what he just
about?
made.
Ethics grievance letter?
That's already been submitted.
You should not have done that. That requires a
Well,
board vote.
Approval, not a vote.
It requires, that's a vote.
Well, I've been advised
You
otherwise.
cannot take a formal action without approval from the board.
That's what we're doing right now.
And
Yeah.
I made a motion that we have Eileen write that response.
So
Okay?
Josh.
One, you were named in that letter.
motion- Wait,
Yes.
To have lawyer.
That response has been written and submitted. And now we're voting, we're going back, we're clunky, we don't know what we're doing all the time, okay? We need some training.
It was time sensitive too.
And it was time sensitive. We tried to have a meeting, but you weren't informed, so we canceled the meeting.
Correct, there were 2 meetings scheduled, I was not informed.
Yes, and until we found out you weren't informed, and we postponed the meeting till now. That's why that happened. Okay?
Okay, so,
Does that make sense? You know, we're trying to do things the right way. We're trying to learn. You know, I'm not a meeting holder professional by any means. I'll be the first one to admit that, okay? I need a lot more training. We all need training. We all want training. We're requesting training,
Good.
okay? And there's a lot of things this board needs.
so for the record, you're saying, what about the ethics grievance letter?
Well, Josh made a
I
motion.
made a motion that we have Eileen draft that letter. It should not be drafted by the person that the complaint's about.
I didn't draft it. It was drafted by our
Okay,
attorney.
and so then discussion.
Yes,
I'd like to see that email from her. I have a right to see the email, I'm a board member.
I'll send it to you.
Okay,
I'd like to
so discussion was that Eileen wrote the letter, so I just wanna make sure I'm getting it right for the record, sorry guys. So he's motioning to have the lawyer write,
You still
The
want to
grievance
motion
letter.
that? Or else?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, it's already been done.
It doesn't matter.
so you're motioning to have Eileen write the grievance letter, Jim is saying Eileen wrote the grievance
She
letter.
did write the letter and it's been sent.
So.
Under her
what-
advice.
I have no proof of that, so I would prefer to protect the liability of this board.
Okay, well, just, hold on, so I wanna make sure it's clear to you, so you are motioning that Eileen write the letter, Jim is saying Eileen wrote the letter, so now what are you saying?
I have no proof of that. Has anybody seen the response from the lawyer besides Jim?
Yes.
Yes,
I would like to see the response. I've not seen the response. I've not been able to approve that letter.
okay.
It should have never been sent.
So I motion to approve the letter that was
I have a
sent.
motion on the table.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, he has the motion on the table, okay,
Yes.
sorry.
I mean, it's already been done, so yeah.
Yeah, and I mailed that and sent that under the advisement of the attorney.
In my
So
opinion,
I'll
motion.
second it.
You're gonna,
Josh's motion, yeah.
oh, Anthony second.
All in favor
Discussion.
or discussion?
I'd like to see that email from Eileen before
Okay.
you put any motion forward, that you accept that letter.
So you just want to see the letter that she sent me?
No, I want to see the
The letter that I
response.
sent?
I want to see the response that she sent you with that letter in it.
Okay,
So you're requesting proof?
Yes, before you motion the approval of that letter that Jim sent.
okay.
Okay,
So can we circle back around that?
next
Yeah.
week.
Can we table that?
Yeah.
I have it. I'll get it
That's
to you.
fine.
Okay.
So Jim, you're going to give Jim, yeah.
So I want a motion that Jim, as the chairman,
We've got to vote yet.
oh,
I thought you just,
I thought.
No, we're-
We got to
we-
discuss, we were in discussion, now we got to vote if there's no more discussion.
Well,
We're not voting on
we're
it.
not voting on it because you haven't got the email yet.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
you
no,
said you
I
wanted
made a
to table.
motion.
You made a motion that you want
Eileen, he
approved.
seconded that motion.
Oh,
We were in
you said you're
discussion.
making a motion that you want approved,
I made the motion, I want Eileen to draft that letter, that's all my motion
And,
was.
and she did.
and she did.
so,
So we're in the discussion
And
period
it's
because
been
it's been seconded.
sent. And it's been sent.
So that's the only thing that's motion is that Eileen writes that letter.
Okay,
okay,
And she did.
so,
Well, there's a vote, is there any more discussion? That's the question, Jim.
No, because you want proof of that before you vote.
No, I want proof of that before I approve that letter. That's a different motion than this motion.
Okay.
so you're requesting proof.
No,
Okay.
for this motion, I'm
all
asking
right, let's vote on it.
Eileen to draft that letter. In the discussion, I was asking something else.
So I abstain because it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, we'll take that on advisement and because
Is there
I'm
a
confused.
vote?
Do we have to vote?
There's nothing to vote on.
There is, to have Eileen draft that letter.
Eileen drafted the
Vote on.
letter already.
The motion is to have Eileen draft that letter.
Eileen drafted the letter
I have
already.
no proof of that. As a board member.
Okay, so then the motion's dead.
Yeah.
No, it was seconded, so we now have to vote on
Let's
it.
vote on it.
Oh,
You have to follow proper
so
procedure.
Anthony, you
fine.
seconded it?
Yeah,
Anthony seconded it.
Okay.
Okay,
vote.
So vote?
I abstain.
I say no.
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay, I want to make a motion to make the chair responsible for, excuse me, responding to grievances. And yeah, I guess that's it, yeah, you know. Allows the chair.
Can I clarify just for the record? So you're motioning to give Jim the authority to respond to grievances to,
The
as a
sole
board?
authority.
Yep. Not the sole authority, but the authority for the board.
So,
Authority,
and
sole
the
authority,
motion
sole.
to give Jim the authority.
Chairman.
The chairman. Yeah, because it could be anyone. Chairman, authority to respond to grievances.
Yeah, when they're, for discussion, when they're time sensitive, they need to be
To
taken
time,
care.
to respond to time
You
sensitive.
can call a special meeting to cover that problem, as long as it's called correctly.
Well,
Okay, so
Doesn't
chairman,
always work out.
the authority to respond to time sensitive grievances. I second that.
All in favor?
Discussion, are you gonna do all the proper
Discussion,
procedures? I'm okay with that response, however, I would like to amend it to state that unless it names the chairman directly, then they would be required to bring that by the board.
Okay.
Because there's no reason that anybody on this board should be duly and solely responding to a grievance about themselves.
To respond
so if
to
it's
time.
specifically about the person,
If it names that person in the grievance, they should not be responding solely at all.
Okay,
That's a conflict, a serious conflict.
right,
okay.
yeah. If, grievance.
I was under advisement by the attorney.
If grievance.
I have no proof, they didn't bring it to the board, Jim.
I'll bring it to you.
You have to bring it to
I'll bring it to you. They've all seen it.
the
You've probably seen it. Tony probably showed it to you.
I didn't see the email from your attorney.
Okay, I'll get it to you.
Perfect.
We'll circle back
Okay.
on it, right? I'm trying to move on here.
I'm just trying to make sure that we dot our i's.
It's fine, it's fine. Don't let me forget.
Oh,
Okay, let's move on.
Okay,
So, did you vote on the motion?
Are you willing to amend your motion, Anthony?
Yes.
He's gonna amend his motion that the chairman can send a grievance letter as long as it doesn't name the chairman particularly
specifically.
specifically, right?
Yes.
Like, in other words, if the grievance isn't
Is it
against
So,
you.
so in other words,
Yeah, if it's not against you, then it's.
If it's specific, the grievance is specific to the chairman.
so in other words, the one that I already sent is no good.
And I would just, language I would do is just draft it.
That's what you're saying.
If the grievance is against the party responding to the letter.
Okay,
Okay, so you disagree.
Yes, but I don't know if I'm speaking correctly.
Well, it's,
I disagree
we're
with that
under
because-
discussion right now, so.
Because the thing has already been sent out by the attorney. I worked under the attorney's, she was consulting
Mhm.
and
It's
told me
not-
to send the letter and
it's
I
not-
sent the letter.
Specific to you.
It is,
And that letter was specific to him.
How so?
It names him in that letter.
and the rest of the board too, as far as I know.
It's a board matter,
Correct, that was why that Eileen would need to draft that letter.
and she did.
I didn't see that, I had no proof of that.
Okay, I motion that we table this till next meeting, because we're going around in circles, it's driving me crazy.
Yep.
I'm just trying to avoid
So
conflicts.
Shannon,
Let's,
oh, you want to continue discussion?
I don't want to do the amendment. Let's just vote on the non-amendment that gives Jim the ability to respond to a grievance.
Okay, so you're striking you want to strike Josh's
Amendment.
amendment? So,
Or we
so
can,
you're keeping your original motion to give Jim authority to respond to time-sensitive
I think those
grievances.
need to be. responded.
Time-sensitive board grievances,
Yeah.
right? Is that what I'm hearing you
Yep.
correctly? Okay. So I will again second that motion. Do you want to?
There it is. There it is.
I'll read it when I have time.
Do you,
Okay. Well, there it is. I'm making it right there.
Jim?
So-
She's trying to,
Go ahead.
So Anthony motioned to give you the authority to respond to time-sensitive board grievances. I seconded it. And we've had a discussion to amend, I just want to clarify for the record, to amend the original motion, and that was stricken. So now where do we stand? Any more discussion? Or, sorry,
And here's the email from Eileen that he's asking about right here. So this is what he asked about.
I'll read it when we're not in the meeting.
Okay, so I guess we'll table that till next time.
Well, no, there's a vote now. There's been a motion.
there's been a motion and a
I've got a
second.
vote, Jim.
So are you guys
No, I'm not.
not prepared? So, okay.
I would say no. So we're at a standstill if you two say yes, because he's not willing to vote.
Well, yeah.
So it's a push.
No, it's confusing. I'm gonna say we pass over that for now.
So table it till next.
We'll table that
That's
till
two
next
no's,
time.
that's 2 no's.
Yeah, so he can read this and make an honest decision.
Table
Appreciate it.
discussion until, for the next board meeting.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds.
Is that fair?
Yeah,
Do you want this now?
I'll read it after the meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So rainbow contract review, does the board have a chance to review that?
Yes.
I need a copy.
So,
We probably need to table that if we don't have a chance to read that.
yeah, it's lengthy if you haven't read it. I don't expect you to,
I mean, I've read the gist of it from other copies.
did you read it?
Mhm.
Okay.
I would suggest we take it to the attorney too. Where we vote on it.
Was it the same one as prior? Do you know, Jim?
We don't have
We
one.
didn't have one. We,
We're
that's,
operating under one, but.
No, we're
no,
not.
we didn't have a contract. That was the problem. So this is.
There's an IGA
It
that
is.
started way back, prior to
It
the
it
fire.
expired.
Yeah, prior to the fire,
Yeah.
that you guys, I'm assuming you were on the board then, agreed with,
You're on the email, but, we've never had a contract.
yeah.
Never, actually. We've never had an official contract.
It was a
It's-
phone call, an email, and handshake.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of putting the board in a vulnerable position.
Putting both
entities.
water
in a-
districts in a.
Yeah, both entities in a
Position.
vulnerable position because it's not clear, the responsibilities, expectations, who pays for what. So we're working on a specific contract with them, a 1-year contract.
That's what it looked like.
And I personally think we might want to have like a special meeting or something to go, or no?
I don't know, what you could,
Or,
don't look at me.
don't look at you.
So why don't we just, because he's not had a chance to read through it, why don't we move it to?
Well,
We'll have a special meeting between now and then.
I'm gonna motion that we have, the attorney read through this before we agree to it.
I will second that.
Okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry.
David? Unanimous. You need this copy?
Yeah. Thank you.
And that's the same thing I sent everybody else,
Yeah.
by the way. Okay, can you move your cursor?
Oh, yeah, of course, sorry.
You can
Civil
just
West.
move, you can just move it out of the way. We pretty
Yeah.
much know where we're at. So Civil West is going to call together the first contractors meeting on 9/11. And what that is about is, we have a contractor now to do the water system, and everybody wants to come together to meet, and then we're going to discuss a town hall meeting like we had before at the school. You were on that meeting this morning.
Yeah, no, they're in a good spot, sounds like.
Yeah, so that's what that is. I just want to bring that to everybody's attention that that's happening. And I did set up a meeting with the school today and have a date so I could take these fellows a date and try and get that set in stone so we have a meeting. That will be, if that all comes down, it will be October 3rd on a Friday evening,
And they're slated to start middle of October and that meeting.
October 15th.
Yeah.
So that's quick. So if you're interested in talking to contractor, meet the contractor October 3rd at the school.
The goal right now.
Yeah, that's the tentative date,
Did he give you any specific timeframes, the school?
6 o'clock.
Yeah, I figured, because they got volunteer practice.
Yeah, that's one of the days they don't have volleyball game or practice.
And it's gonna be at the gym, right?
The new gym or the old
The
gym?
new gym. Some of these folks have already been to an open house there that we had already. So it worked out pretty good. We had 35 people show up. Next thing is Oregon Department of Revenue account work that was kind of left behind by the previous board members, and we didn't, all of a sudden we started getting bills for huge numbers, dollars.
Can I speak to that?
Yeah, because.
Mr. Chairman, may I speak to that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so the last time we had an employee was in February of 2019. And there's paperwork that you need to file every year that explains why you didn't have an employee, and it was lapsed for a couple of years. And so, I'm working with the Oregon Department of Revenue to get that clarified.
But your name is not.
My name is not, so they will not give me very much information, and they won't give me very much access.
Do
Because
they just
this,
need a board approval to give you access? They probably just need a board resolutions too. You can have access, that's all we should take.
Yeah, you need to find out if you need, sometimes they'll ask for minutes where,
I would motion that we let them provide a resolution to ODR to give her access.
Yeah,
okay,
so.
And then you'll have the minutes
I
that
second that.
reflect that motion if we approve.
I second that. All in favor? The discussion, we pretty much discussed.
Yeah, then we're good.
Shannon.
Aye.
So it's really the authority, I have to have the
Well,
authority to
yeah.
represent.
Basically what we're doing is giving you authority to represent the board in that matter.
In that capacity.
And if they refuse, you can say, well, I have minutes to back that
So
up.
yeah, when you respond to it, just send the minutes with this
Yeah.
motion in it, it'd be good.
Right.
Okay,
Josh
All in
motion to
favor?
give Shannon authority to represent the board with.
aye.
Aye.
So Josh, motion,
Shannon.
wait, you seconded, sorry.
Yep, the second and.
Yeah, I vote yes, yes.
So unanimous, all in favor? Okay. All right, the next thing is the board discussion of whether or not we want to keep workers' compensation coverage with WHA. Now, what that is, you're probably familiar with this, Josh, is all board members are covered by workers' compensation. And we don't have an employee, so then there's no employee. It's kind of a weird deal. So we are covered if for whatever reason we're out somewhere and fall down and get hurt, we have some type of coverage, correct? And the way it works is, the way they charge is by minimum wage in this area. So that's how they give us our rate, because I asked how to rate, how do you rate us if we don't have a salary? And they said, we have to do the minimum wage rate for your area, which is like $14 an hour. So I have some paperwork here, I think, that explains it a little bit. Oh, I didn't bring it with me. We have to respond by September 20th, whether we want to continue that or not. I think it's a good idea to continue
What's
it.
the cost of that one, do you recall? I didn't think it was very much.
It's like $1,000 a year. And they're saying that we owe them $390
From previous.
For the
behind.
previous 6 months.
Something
Or
to that.
something.
And he said he could waive that or something. I just told him I'd bring it up and see if we want to continue it. It was up to us whether we want to continue or not. I think it's a good idea. If someone before us put that into effect, then I think it's a good thing to keep at that rate.
Okay.
It doesn't cover the superintendent in any way at all whatsoever,
Unless they're employed,
but we don't have an employee.
and there's probably some argument that they should be.
So what's the purpose of it? And my question is, do other small water districts today?
Evidently they do.
So before I left the previous board, there was discussion with Rainbow when they were having their attorney look into the previous potential for an IGA. they did not want to enter into an IGA with a 1099 superintendent because they felt that the district directed that superintendent's roles, therefore they should be a W-2 employee. And that was the stance of Rainbow Water District's attorney. And so one of the things that Rainbow Water District's IGA originally they recommended was that they were an employee and not a 1099.
But that's not what we're talking about.
No, it isn't what we're talking
But
about.
that's why that's important, I think, keep in there right now, because I think that we probably will have an employee at some point down the road. I don't think.
Well, that's different, then we get Safeco, this is different than Safe, this is WHA.
You
This
would
is
vote-
just different.
Correct, but WHA is through SDAO, which is significantly discounted.
It's still state accident insurance fund.
Correct. So
Okay, so
just they're the
WHA
writer.
is.
it's part of
They're,
SDAO.
they're the agent, so they can actually get a cheaper rate than
Yes.
if you go straight to safe.
Okay, so
So-
you're proposing that we keep it?
Yeah, at this point, and we can go back and,
Is that a motion?
yes, I'd like the motion that we keep that at this point.
I would second that.
Okay, and all in favor, or any more discussion on it? We have until September 20th to call them and talk to them. I just told them that I'd bring it up and discuss it with the board. And all he wanted was, do you want to keep it or get rid of it? That's all he wants to know at this point. So I motion that we keep it at this point. But I think we can cancel any time.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
second.
Oh, Josh already seconded.
Okay.
Yeah, I motioned it, Josh seconded it, so we're voting, we're discussing,
I'm moving.
now we're voting, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it's unanimous. Okay, the next thing is board discussion on what type of credit card to use with the new banking products that we have.
Is this a credit card or a debit card?
It's,
Right.
you want to go ahead,
Yeah,
you know
okay,
more about than I do.
Yeah.
It's not a debit card.
So historically, what our board has done is people have used private credit cards and then gotten reimbursed, and the state super frowns on that.
And
And
it sucks.
so what I'm proposing is that we have what I call a P card or a district credit card that we can use partly to pay bills. And we actually, the three of us went to a meeting with the maker quite a while, like a long time ago.
So that, the down, so I'm just telling you right now, that had to be publicly announced because that was quorum. That's technically a public meeting requirement.
Because we met
We
with the
had
maker.
three and you had quorum.
I didn't talk in the whole meeting.
It
It
doesn't,
was
you
a
were there.
sales,
That's the
okay,
problem.
sorry, Josh. Okay,
No,
we
I'm
broke-
just saying.
Okay, yeah, sorry, you're right though. So so when I propose, it's through our bank account. So so it would be a credit card that we could use and we could decide what the limits are, but it could be used for things like, for example, I had to pay the Secretary of State dues, I had to pay Oregon Health Authority dues on my personal credit card, then I wouldn't have to do that. I could use our card. Or if someone needs to run to Home Depot to buy a pipe, or like, so we could set rules around it. And then we can also use the credit card to pay some of our bills, and then the district earns points. So there's a little bit of a district incentive
Has
also.
the district ever had a credit card?
No.
They never have. And
So it's really not a credit card.
I mean, I'm fine with a debit card. I would not propose a credit
Well,
card.
I tried to talk to this guy, had a debit card, and he says, no, they don't have that product.
Well, it's
So
a credit card that you pay off every month. It's like American Express credit.
So here's the way it would happen prior when I was on the board is all bills were paid online through the bank account. So there was hardly ever a check ever written. Everything was paid online through the bank account, never on credit. If Al needed to buy parts when Al bought parts, or Tony had parts, they would extend us credit at, say, Ferguson for 5 meters. Ferguson would send the bill.
I have to
Nobody would ever
disagree.
put that on their personal credit card.
I have to disagree with
I
that.
disagree with that too.
When I was on the board, nobody ever put those
I-
expenses for the water
Okay.
on their personal credit card.
I have to
I
disagree with
have
that.
actually proof of that, but that's okay.
Yeah,
So,
As far as parts
So-
go,
all kinds of
all
things.
kinds of things.
like,
So it's okay, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm not in
For
favor.
this discussion, I want to keep it here
That's
and
fine.
now, please. So I'm proposing that we get credit card that we can use for a variety of things, and then we will have to discuss what we want to use it for. There are a bunch of other water districts that do very similar. I mean, for example, we could pay our power bill with it,
Oh, I
and then we
understand.
would get incentive. We could pay some of our bills and,
The thing is, you don't want to pay bills where they're going to charge you a fee for paying with a credit card.
right.
And
So
it
most
doesn't- it's not a credit card per se credit.
Is it an interest rate associated to it? What's the interest rate?
There is no
There's
interest, it just
no-
pays off every month.
So what if there's not enough to pay it off the next month?
Well, you have to
You have to
pay
pay
each
it off
month.
every
What
month.
if there's not?
Then you're in
Then
default.
you overdraw.
So what happens in that
I'm
situation?
not sure. We
It
haven't
would be
had
nice
that
to
far.
know that information before we approve anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it possible to,
Because the bank accounts were
Okay.
overdrafted prior.
Okay, that's why it says board discussion, not,
what's?
it says board discussion.
Okay,
We're discussing it.
Yeah, we're not making a motion
We're
anymore.
not making a motion right now on what we're doing. We're just discussing it.
so we're discussing getting the credit card.
So we need to know,
We need a lot more information.
We need a lot more information.
so let's
Okay.
figure out what we need. We need to know,
They should be able to give us a pamphlet,
They
exactly
can.
what the account is.
They
How it
can.
works if it's overdrafted, the fees associated with it.
So the information you wanna know is
So-
what happens.
Just
if-
what the account is, how it works and operates.
Just basically get the brochure.
Yeah.
He has a brochure, and like a typical salesman, he wants to show you the high points.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know what all their offerings
So
are.
his high points were, if you pay it off early, you make points, and the points go to the district. It just kind of like some people's personal cards, you get points for buying things. And
It'd be nice to see what that is and then the other offerings that they have.
well, he said, why did he said it's basically a debit card because you couldn't get one.
they just didn't offer that. And to me, a debit card would, and that was my argument with the guy about debit card versus his, he goes, well, we don't have a debit card, we have this. I like a debit card because it shows instantly
Yeah.
the charges, like if I go to Home Depot, boom, it's,
And there's no potential for interest.
yeah,
Right.
it's withdrawn right then.
What was his point though? Why, I mean,
He was a salesman.
Well, they're charging us a fee for the account.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
So,
what
it
I'm
doesn't
hearing,
have a
what I'm
big-
hearing the board saying is that we would prefer a debit card to a credit
I
card.
mean, what bank did you guys talk with?
It's through the same banking that we're getting at US Bank.
It's our Willis Bank.
Let's maybe check another bank just to see if that, maybe check a sub or
Yeah.
something like that. Just to get a comparison of offerings.
So if we did that, we'd have to have a balance with that bank, correct?
Probably, yeah.
So that.
Do we, because
so
that's a
that
whole
just-
nother thing, because
that-
I would actually like to change banks, but that's just my.
Well, I mean, we might as well get competitive. We technically need to get competitive
I agree.
options.
I agree.
From other
well,
banks.
what's the preferred method that our vendors want to be paid with? Didn't he say
Well,
that?
ACH,
ACH, and that's what I prefer.
it does vary, ACH, some will take a credit card, I mean, like say,
Well, our accountant prefers a credit card, our bookkeeper.
So the ACH, he said costs more and
75 cents per.
Per transaction.
Per transaction.
when the credit card doesn't.
No, but you're still paying somewhere.
There's an annual fee.
Yeah, you're still paying.
There's an annual fee for the checking account. There's an
Okay.
annual fee for
So let's research, it sounds like we need to research, or maybe I need to push the bank to see if we can actually get,
Or
Is-
maybe
is
even
maybe-
pursue a different bank.
Yeah,
that
just
has-
and or look at
Two
possibly
others,
changing
yeah.
banks.
Just look at 2 hours.
I would not mind changing banks.
No, me
now.
either. The software that we have right now that we changed over to, that they forced us to change into a new product since the treasurer, yeah. There's been a lot going on. We've had a struggle the last 6 months with banking. And let me tell you, it hasn't been fun.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like more work to change.
Well, I know, but it may not be. It might be a real smooth transition, right? It
There's
might-
nothing on auto payment right now.
Or it might,
Oh, one or two things, but I think that's okay. That'd be easy to change. The thing would be is we just draw our money out and move to another bank,
Get a cashier's check.
Yeah. right?
good.
I mean,
Do you
it's,
follow that, Shannon?
Hmm?
You follow that?
That would, well, so what I'm hearing is push well, at least my homework is push US Bank to say, no, we want a debit card, we don't want a credit card.
Well-
That's what I'm hearing you guys say, and then
You-
also research some other banks,
You
and what
can,
do
you
they
can
have?
ask him, we asked that guy in the meeting if he had a debit style card, and he said no.
Right, because,
But he's a credit card salesman.
I know.
so you spent a lot of time though setting up that single source, banking at US Bank, right?
Yeah, but if someone wants us to be their customer, they're gonna bend over backwards to be,
You mean the single point?
Yeah.
The advantage of single point is it has the super, super security, and then also
it's a nice setup,
You
but
can
it's
have-
overkill for us.
you can
It's
have,
for corporation.
yeah, it's a corporate bank account.
It's kind of overkill for us. We could,
But I think we could explore other options.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it might be something that might make sense to not do until the next fiscal year, which would be like the end of June. So we have a lot of time to research
That'll
it.
give you time to research it.
Yeah, that gives us time.
That's what I'm saying. More discussion on
Yeah,
what type of card, maybe we change banking.
okay.
Okay,
I would check with at least 2 other
yeah.
vendors.
And
Or
maybe
maybe
a local,
future.
maybe a credit union.
Credit
or-
union, yeah.
Right.
You may want to avoid Columbia and Upper right now because they're going through a big name change. So
Okay.
their products may change a little bit.
Yeah, we might want to go. local.
Umpqua and Columbia.
They merged a year or two
They're
ago.
saying they're not, but, cause I work with both of them.
I just got a letter from one of my bank accounts. that
Yeah,
changed
they're
to
saying that
Columbia.
there's not supposed to be any transition problems, but
They're
they're,
changing names and everything else.
yeah, then it turns into, I've done that before,
Okay.
where I had checks from one bank that doesn't exist anymore.
That's fun.
Discuss changing venues for meetings, i.e. school versus library, and a virtual option. So that's why we're trying this venue out. And the reason I wanted to discuss this was because the school doesn't have very good internet, and they don't have very good phone reception there. We always have to fight it. So that's the discussion. It's not, we don't have to vote on it. We can discuss it. So it's all for discussion.
I agree. I would like to have internet access so I can get on my phone and reference stuff if I need to. This seems like a pretty good room. I don't know.
It would be nice to have a camera as well for those on the virtual side to see the board.
It does.
Well, yeah, we could do that. Here, they have that option here for Zoom, or even, we don't have to go Zoom, we can do some other.
I would personally like to.
Well, we
explore
paid the
it.
Zoom fee for a year. So
From,
I
from when to when?
just asked Melanie, that was paid for when she was the secretary.
Yeah, we've had nothing but trouble trying to.
Zoom's not working. Our
It
Zoom's
works
not-
great for me, I use it at my house all the
Well,
time.
no, Zoom is working, our Zoom is not working.
So we could work on
Am
it.
I-
Our account, like, I don't have any information about when it
So-
started, when it stopped.
And the reason
I can show you
this-
where to look that up, if you can,
Okay,
if you wanted to take a chance to that, I can have you walk through that,
Okay, so
or review it,
here's my
'Cause
suggestion.
it's in there.
Have you logged
Here-
into
here-
it?
here-
Not into your Zoom, I've got my own Zoom account.
Well, we have our own Zoom, our Blue River, the Zoom that we paid for.
It
It's
should
not working.
have, it should have a date in there, I think, when it was started.
So the reason I put this on here to bring it up and I want to discuss is, what if we started over?
With something different, that's.
Or
what I-
no, even a new Zoom account?
I'm game for whatever, we just need to make sure that we know when that Zoom account expires.
Or they get credit for
When
it?
was it started?
I can.
Yeah, see, we don't know anything about it.
We don't
tried
have
to
any-
get us-
Tony and I were still on the board because Tony had paid for it reimbursed.
I remember he used his credit card.
When was
And then
it?
Melanie changed everything over to her login because Tony wasn't the
So
secretary.
there needs to be, someone needs to look into it.
So look into, like, when does our Zoom expire?
Yes, it should have been, it was an annual payment, if I remember correctly. To look back at the meeting minutes.
So back to the venue. So that's something we can work on and then.
I don't care about the venue, I think the venue's fine. Do you guys like this better than the school?
Yes.
It's wonderful.
I
Anybody
kind
don't-
of
anybody
want to
don't
support the
like it?
library.
Anybody don't like it?
Anybody have any?
Any comments?
Air conditioning's making me cold.
Oh, you're in, there's one spot.
Yeah, you're right in
I
the
am
spot.
for a reason.
but-
It's not in the dark.
Other than that, I like it.
Well, I'm actually in a spot too, cold here.
Oh, is it cool?
Anthony?
Yeah, I think we can turn it up.
Oh, yeah, we can.
Here,
No,
I'll
you
do it.
can't. No, you can't.
Well, I'd make it,
Oh, you
I mean,
can?
I can make a
Well,
motion that we change venues.
They
to
had
11.
requested that nobody touch it.
Oh, okay. Don't touch it,
I
Sarah.
already did, so, it was hot when I got in here.
It was warm, and then we cooled it off, and everybody's chilling down now, so.
So Josh,
Maybe
your
I'll jack
motion
up again.
I motion to move to the library if that's more comfortable for you.
to move,
Okay, so if they do charge here,
yes,
There's
you
a
charge a
fee.
fee.
Well, that's nice to know.
All right, it's back to what it
and
was.
the school was, and one of the reasons I put this on the agenda, because there was some talk at the school about charging. And I had a meeting with them today, and they said that they decided not to do that for community meetings.
Oh, okay, so the school is free.
Yes, is for now.
What's the
Yeah.
cost here?
Well, that's negotiable.
Well, I'm pull my motion back until we know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. is, They give us a kind of a number, but I think it's negotiable.
What was
Okay. Okay, let me tell you.
So they have other arrangements with other folks that meet here on an annual basis.
So they don't want that to-
So there's a yearly, so what we would like to do is negotiate a yearly fee. Originally, she had said $300 a year, but she didn't realize it was two different groups. This is Ivan.
Is this parking and all?
Well,
And just said,
that's
we
another-
would discuss and make them an offer, so Ivan would like us to come up with an offer for a yearly, really what, at this point, we're just talking about the water board. And then
Yeah.
in the
Right.
next meeting, we'll talk, so what are we willing to pay a year to use this space for?
Is there a certain number of times we get to use it a year for the fee?
that's all negotiable. I mean,
Well-
that's what we need to sit down with a representative from the library and discuss that.
I'd do that then.
That's what I'm
That's what you're
suggesting.
proposing that
I'm
we,
suggesting that we contact someone responsible here at the library that can speak on their behalf, and we can negotiate with on what it's gonna cost, because if we don't know what the cost is, we're out here in space.
And the number of meetings you can have.
well,
Yeah,
well,
so generally-
Aiden proposed to me it was 300 a year.
Okay, for how many meetings?
I said that we would meet once a month and occasionally
so-
more often.
Okay, sometimes we may have a special meeting or
Right.
an executive meeting.
And what I understood is it would kind of include all of that. But I can clarify that with
Yeah,
Ivan.
it'd be nice to clarify with the representative from the library what
Mhm.
exactly,
Or we could invite,
what the numbers are.
yeah, we could invite
Either way.
Ivan to our next meeting
Um,
or whatever.
Do we want to vote on a representative to speak?
I'd just do it.
Any
You're
of
just
those?
giving fact, giving
Yeah.
information, you don't have a motion.
Okay, so we're not, okay, so we don't need to authoritize anybody.
No.
Well, Ivan's ready to negotiate a yearly fee. I didn't text.
So that's not in stone, though, that's.
No, Ivan texted me, like, we talked about it, what are we willing to pay for a year?
But we need to get something in writing that says we may have more than 12 meetings per year, and if we go outside the 12, then is there an extra fee?
Well, we could say 12 to 15.
What if we cancel a meeting, do we get credit for that? You know, there's things.
Clarify those.
Okay, so clarify the specifics.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
Something in writing.
So we
from
need an
Ivan.
agreement.
Get a
Okay.
draft agreement from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I love that. Draft agreement for Mike. Excellent. Okay,
Okay.
coming up for next meeting.
And all that includes, the Zoom link and the air conditioning and
And the
Cliff's
Wi-Fi.
goodies that he
And
brings on.
the library does have an owl.
Okay,
So
we just need to clarify that all that is included in our fee, not
The
just.
technology.
Yeah, not just
the
table and chairs.
technology is included.
Okay,
I do know that.
Well, we need to get that
An
in
agreement.
a.
So we want
Just a draft.
yeah.
Just a draft agreement,
Perfect.
and then that gives us something to work from.
Thanks, you guys.
This next one's, access to well and reservoir property with superintendent only. Now that, kind of goes to liabilities. I'll motion, because I wrote this, and, I'm gonna motion that the superintendent escorts the,
I just
Oh.
created a quick policy for you, so you can,
Okay.
Because we don't have a
if
policy.
there's no, you need to have a policy. And it states exactly that, you can take a
Okay.
chance to read it if you want.
Yeah.
No,
So that was on the board.
first time I've seen this. Is this intact already?
Yes. It's just, it's a draft. I just-
Oh, it's a
I
draft.
saw it was on the agenda, so I figured I'd take a chance and just draft one.
And where's this drafted from?
I drafted it.
Oh, the,
It's, I just pulled the same.
Oh, okay,
template,
okay.
yeah.
That's what I'm
It's
asking.
template language.
Okay.
And put Blue River Water District in.
Thanks, Josh.
And basically it just states that you restrict access to any, because public can request to go tour the facilities.
yeah, nobody's,
But this would restrict them to setting up time, going through with proper safety precautions with the superintendent, somebody authorized to walk them through. Same with any contractors, potential board members, same thing,
Mhm.
you set up a time to walk through those. But it does protect that liability, like you're wanting. So you don't have to vote on this tonight, but because they're drafted.
Okay, thanks.
yeah, let's, put this over to the next meeting so we can read it.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about right here. Next item is,
I have problems with some.
No, it's just a draft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we need it, okay.
no, we're gonna read it.
Yeah,
We're gonna read it and
okay.
put it out till, we don't, you know, this is,
Sorry.
this has been going on, you know, people can walk in anytime and, you know, we need.
A lot of these don't apply to us because we don't have an office.
No, but there may be an office someday, but it's all encumbered because it covers all the structures and assets of the district.
Yeah, I would like to edit that significantly.
That's fine, just a draft.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
We're not-
Okay.
I spelled reservoir wrong.
Yeah,
Reward.
Huh,
what's a reboard?
I don't know, reservoir, there it is.
It's a Blue River Reservoir.
Okay, so this we're going to, sorry, just.
So we
for the
need-
record,
Yeah,
We're
we're just,
gonna review this draft.
correct.
We need to come up with it.
Okay.
So you get that in your minutes? So I would like to see that put back on the agenda for next month, as well as these other things that we haven't, taken care of this meeting. Okay, reservoir fence repair. That's something we need to start talking about, and getting that done, maybe, get a contractor out and get, estimates on what it's gonna take.
Which, is it the one over by the school?
Both of them. Both reservoir fences are damaged.
How they get damaged?
The fire.
One was a fire, and I think the other was
There's some branches down on the one, I don't know if it was from fire.
pre-fires, windstorm, or could have been logging.
The one over by the school.
It was logged, and the loggers could did it. I don't know, but
It was a dead tree.
it needs repaired. Both of them need repaired.
Okay,
So,
can you get quotes on those?
yes, so I just want to bring it up and get it on here and get talking about it because it's something that needs to be done for security reasons. Not just out, liability, you know, someone gets in there and climbs up and gets hurt, and they'll come out and say, well, you didn't have your fence fixed. Just trying to eliminate that, all things. It's kind of like this policy, you know what I mean? So, who wants to take responsibility for calling contractors? Superintendent?
Please.
Okay. I'll do that.
Sounds like we should get it done.
We probably need to get 3
Yeah.
bids. At least 3.
All right. For the past several months, the banking has been very challenging, to say the least. Right?
Yeah, it's been frustrating.
It is my pleasure as the chairman of the board to say with a lot of hard work from certain volunteers, we can be proud of what we've accomplished. We're winning. Good job. And just so you know, Josh, we have control of the bank accounts. There's no one on there that from 10 years ago.
Like there was.
Signers from 10 years ago on the bank accounts, and also the investment accounts.
Oh, the state loan money?
Correct.
Yeah, so the banking is, I think officially, cleaned up. We have the same bookkeeper, which is really nice. It's the same company, new person. I really like her. She's on top of it. She's helped me a lot. I don't know if you guys have any questions about the treasury report.
Can you put it up there?
I was just trying to do
Do we have any of the supporting documents, like balances?
that.
Like the bank
Like
ledger.
you want the whole thing.
Oh, no, it's just the balance from the date you took it from.
Oh, I took that this today.
Just screenshot the balance.
Oh, yeah, I have.
There's no way for me to know. I've never had
that.
access to the bank accounts, period, so.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Dan. I thought I had this stuff up, but I guess I took it down after I printed. See where I put it. Oh, there we go.
Thanks, Shannon.
So yeah, financially, we're good. I don't know if you guys remember from the last meeting, we do still have, there's 2 vendors that I'm still working with the insurance company about from the fire recovery. Hopefully that'll be resolved soon.
Slateco and Tag. Is this-
It's TAG and Psycho.
uh,
So there's one thing on here I'd like to bring up that I didn't put on the agenda, and that was the post office box.
Oh, right,
There's a fee for that
Yeah,
now.
there it is.
yeah.
Someone prior to this board used an address that is non-existent and got a free box, and the new postal clerk is on top of that and realized that that was a fictitious address. It's actually a good address, it's just on the wrong road. So, for whatever reason, now they want to charge us, so they're charging us. So, since the water district uses the box and the park uses the box combined, we split it in half. And we thought that was, we just kind of did that on our own.
I would probably suggest, because the members can be different on both boards and there may not ever be an overlapping member on both boards, that you probably have a separate box from the park.
We're gonna have to work towards that. I mean, it's like, that's another thing that's not on the agenda. I think it might be on the park agenda that, we're working on separating the 2 boards. The goal is to someday get, different board members on both boards. So we don't have overlapping board members on both boards. Does that make sense? And we're also looking at separating the meetings so they're not back to back. And they didn't put that on our agenda.
Because the park meeting is supposed to start in 45 seconds.
Yep. So, we'll adjourn the meeting. Anything else for the order?
So we're not gonna look at the financials, we'll just push those next meeting.
Well, I mean, you have a,
Oh, do you have any questions?
yeah,
Well, he's adjourned the meeting, so
So.
we'll have to push that to the next meeting,
okay.
out of respect.